Biafrans, and fight the greater fight. Let them be and stop wasting your time. A few months ago, I wrote about reasons why the call for Biafran, as is currently being done by IPOB, is crap and a sheer waste of time for previous reasons. Secessions are not achieved with noise and grandstanding. It takes a calculated mobilization of financial, military, and political resources to achieve it. IPOB has none of this. No central coordinating authority to present its cause. No formidable military wings, weak and financial capacity. Even what constitutes the Biafran territory is still being argued, with several groups from the Niger Delta region disclaiming Biafran and declaring not to be a part of it. It's technically invalidated. The old Biafran map of the 1960s, it's all noise and a strong willingness to go to any length to make Nnamdi Kanu a hero at the expense of the lives of common Igbo men and women while his family coasts away abroad. And to further reiterate their ignorant miscalculations, IPOB began to initiate attacks on the institutions of government and other ethnic nationalities who have done nothing but accommodate their kingsmen and tolerate their continued quest for separation. An attack on the institutions of government reduces local and global sympathy, support, and an attack on other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, either physically or verbally via hate speech. A historical proven to be self-destructive. Having said that, I would like to speak to government's use of military to tamp the fast-rising Biafran agitation. Like IPOB's struggle, it is a dead-on-arrival strategy. Reasons are simple and not far-fetched. First, IPOB at the moment has not yet evolved into a full military threat on the continuous sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, other than reciting speech and recent attack in Abia and the consequent clash in Jos, Kano, and its men have to a large extent been within the confines of a domestic civilian agitation group and therefore have been handled with the police. The use of military has further shown that Nigerian police is a failed organization and Nigeria is a failed state, at least to the extent of policing its citizens and providing systematic and reliable security of lives and property. The military is not trained to handle civilians, and history has continuously shown that the use of military in resolving domestic issues never ends well. It is for a reason that the armed institutions that defend external and internal threats are firmly separated by the Constitution. Besides, there are countless other forces such as the NSCDS lying idle that can be deployed without resources for the military. Second, Biafran is a strong ideology that has outlived at least 2 generations, and every era since the 1960s have had a Biafran voice in various forms. There are Odumegwu Ojukwu himself. Then there is RAF Nwanzurike movement for the actualization of sovereign state of Biafran Masap. Then there is Biafran Nations Youth League, BNYL, led by Obuta Tankon, comprising mainly members from the Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Bakassi, Pelusena, Rivers, Delta, and Bayelsa region, among many others. Ideologies are difficult, if not possible, to kill. Nazism still rear its ugly head in Virginia recently, 72 years after the death of Adolf Hitler and the end of the World War. Even more prominent is the strong influence of Confederate sentiments and supremacist ideas in the US until today, especially with the emergence of Trump presidency 152 years after the defeat and dissolution of the Confederate Secessionists in 1865. What this means is that Biafran will not die, not today, not tomorrow, and the military actions will only most likely exaggerate and the agitations rather than suppress it. They will only likely to stop its agitation, but they will never suppress it. As agitators are likely to resolve to armed defense at slight revocation or provocation. What I would have expected, therefore, from the Buhari government is to give unto Biafrans what they want. Give them Biafrans. How? Conduct a referendum. Give the Igbo a referendum which will put to sleep a crisis that has plagued this country for over 50 years, irrespective of how tiny the fragment of the Igbo population that wants succession may be. We will never be able to assess the degree to which the Igbo really want Biafran just by listening to media show off by a few voices until we conduct a referendum. That is when this will happen. Let's conduct a referendum for the Igbos. A referendum, if won by Biafrans, will put an end to the fragile and battered unity. And battered unity and Nigerian has damaged to knock together since 1960s. And its remaining constitute units can negotiate or renegotiate their terms of togetherness. Biafrans can then be allowed to go and govern themselves as desired by the majority. If lost, then Biafran will be put to rest for good. At least any agitator who knows he only speaks for himself and not for the majority of Igbos, and the law can be made to define the extent to which such agitations will be allowed or taken as treason. I think as a government that ruled on the back of the democracy and the will of the people to affect change, the President Muhammadu Buhari government must realize that a successful and a peaceful referendum will engrave the name of the president in the Hall of Fame in Africa, as it will be recorded as one of the bravest achievements by any leader. Article of the Charter of the United Nations clearly recognizes the principle of self-determination as a fundamental human right, and upon which nations are mainly friendly relations and attain world peace. This fundamental right must not be denied by the Igbos. Finally, and more importantly, the Buhari government has defeated IPOB. The Buhari government must defeat IPOB and many other of such groups across the country with real and measurable development. That is the only true way separatist ideas can be subdued. Rwanda is an example of this, with a country healing well and living in peace after barely 20 years of the brutal genocide. Rwanda has emerged as a model for economic growth and infrastructural development in Africa, with Paul Kagame as the face of Africa leadership, steering the country to the greatest, irrespective of racial or ethnic divides. President Muhammadu Buhari has a date with destiny. He has a date with destiny to win the biggest war of peace and development, or relish in the victory of smaller battles against IPOB and other agitators. The choice is his. So, viewers, you have listened to this article. I've said little of my comments on this, what I feel about the agitations of Biafran. So Biafran should be given to Biafrans and fight the greatest fight. He says that let Buhari gives Biafran what they want, and the idea now is that if Buhari is doubting that Biafrans are not competent enough, then they should create a referendum for the Igbos. Let a pure referendum be given to Igbos, and we will now see if Biafran will be able or be capable to rule or not. What this means is that Biafra will not die. Definitely not today, not tomorrow, and not forever. The military actions will only most likely exacerbate the agitations rather than suppress it. They will try to stop the Biafran agitations, but they can never put this to an end. They can never put the Biafran agitation to an end. That is it. So, as an aggregators are likely to resolve to armed defense at slight provocations, they will never succeed. So what I would have expected from Buhari is to give unto Biafrans what they want. Give them Biafrans. How? Is to conduct a referendum. They should give Igbos a referendum that will put to sleep a crisis that has plagued this country for over 50 years now, irrespective of how tiny the fragments of the Igbo populations that wants succession may be. That is it. We will never be able to assess this degree to which the Igbo really want Biafran just by listening to media show off by a few voices until we conduct a referendum. That is it. So what do you think about this comment that I just gave and the statement made by Igbos and those that want Biafrans to gain its independence? So viewers, drop your comment below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive updates whenever I publish new videos. And don't forget, like and share this news.